girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another ATS live stream. And yes, we got the brand new Western Star 5700 XE has officially arrived here on American Truck Sim. And today we're gonna go rock out some purple. And of course, we got this amazing asshole in the house. Mr. Asshole, how you doing?
I don't respond to such things.
Yes, boys and girls. Skittles is in the voice chat with me. And we are technically rocking purple, silver, and white. And technically gray, not actual white. So, yeah. She turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I don't dispute that at all.
And
so,
fortunately, SCS only allowed us to only have Detroit diesel engines. So, and they don't sound that great, to be honest.
No.
I still prefer my Caterpillar engines, but
well, at some point somebody will mod something for the Western Stars and make the engine sound better. That's my opinion.
But welcome everybody to the stream. And oh, what a fucking day today.
Yep.
What a fucking day today. Jump earlier today, Rockstar that released another update.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a very big one, but it's enough to cause chaos.
Oh, and chaos was found everywhere, including the Rage plugin Discord. Oh boy, it was not fun being in there. And I was popping my head in and out of that Discord, and yeah, that's not fun. That was not fun whatsoever.
Well, that's because, again, and we've said this repeatedly, people are not paying attention as to when these are going to happen. Now, to be fair, I think that we can, Jeffrey or CJ and, Benzo or whomever can make all these videos regarding, the updates. And, there's probably at least 20 of them out there between the three guys. And if people are not going to pay attention to that, that's on you, right? That's on you guys. That's on you who have not paid attention. Now, the problem that I do see with this recent update was a rumor that seemed pretty convincing that the 2802 was going to be the last one because the information came from an inside source. But as both Dazzo and I and many others have said, doesn't matter. This is their cash cow. It is now a 10-year-old game because there's new people coming into this game. They want all the updates. They want their shark card. Mommy, get me a shark card because I won't feel validated if I don't have a shark card to be with my friends, okay?
Good.
And
Good.
So
here's another $20, $30, $40, $50 worth of money, so you can spend your goodies on shark cards instead of filling your stomach for your family.
I was literally gonna say, yeah, don't worry, little Johnny. We don't need to have food on the table tonight. Here's your $30 for your shark card. I mean, I hope it's not like that, but you do have to wonder sometimes. And the other thing is,
go straight.
While this update really isn't that big, they didn't really do any patches or a DLC update. What they did do was they modified the EXE files.
Well, so technically every update has to have that.
Right. But this is really all they did, according to what you were mentioning earlier. And then like a couple of little minor tweaks here and there, but and I guess I don't know what's in that exe file that actually controls the game because I've never reverse engineered it, so I don't know what it looks like on the inside.
Basically, the exe files is your base games. It contains all your base game files.
Okay, so they're modifying that. Okay, gotcha. See, I thought everything was in the x64 files.
No.
Yeah, well, because that's where you find the majority of the assets. But
yeah, but your actual exes where your technical base game is.
Yeah. The actual run commands and all that stuff. But anyway, so they did that, and of course, every time, like clockwork, every support out there that's offering it, it's slammed with "my game broke." So here's a piece of advice, folks: before you launch the game, open up Steam if it's not already launched, and take a look at your library. If you see anything that's blue that says "update required," and see one that says GTA 5 or Grand Theft Auto 5, that should be your early warning to go to your root folder inside your Steam, in Windows, and I don't know where it is in Epic. Sorry, but I just don't. But grab those 4 files that are in Steam. There's 2 that are in the Epic version. There's 4 in the Steam version, and put those somewhere else safe. Because once you do that, you can take the update, you can replace those files. Oh, I guess you could do the Rage update as well.
No.
But you should have done that before. Backed your game up that way. At any rate, the game is going to break no matter what. This is why I don't think 6 is ever going to become a thing, because all their resources are being put into these updates.
Yeah.
And I think, and I don't know how big the team is that's handling 6, but because this is such a cash cow for them, I just don't see 6 ever truly coming out. I mean, we're talking maybe 2025. I don't even think we're going to see it in my lifetime. I think it's going to be one of those games like Half-Life 3 that was promised and then never happened, but yet they ended up doing all these different variants of it, like Black Mesa, which was the remake, Blue Shift, which was the alternate viewing of the game, and that was it. I think also because GTA 5's been out for over 20 years, right? How long has GTA been out? Like, how long has Grand Theft Auto been a thing? Not 5.
I think over 20 years.
Yeah. So this is really what Rockstar is known for. I will never say that Rockstar is known for, games like Red Dead Redemption, because that wasn't their cash cow. Their cash cow has always been GTA. Always.
Federal, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up?
I don't feel like talking over Skittles, that's why I took forever to,
Yeah, and I've got the chat open, I just have it in the wrong window. And Master Game here as well, how you doing? So, yeah, we're just talking about the GTA 5 update. So, but yeah, I mean, this is just what it's going to be. That's why I don't think 6 is ever going to be a thing. I don't care what thing was ever dropped. I don't care what they're saying. I honestly don't believe that Rockstar gives a crap about a new quality game, because we did have one. It was called Red Dead Redemption 2. Quality game, but they killed it. And because they don't want it interfering with GTA 5, because that game would have surpassed it. I believe that in sales, in overall playability, the community itself, I honestly believe that they were scared to death in the brass that Red Dead Redemption 2 was going to take everything away. And that was Mikey.
Oh, Mikey's in the house. Oh.
So, but, it is what it is with GTA. We should all be getting, the funny thing is nobody's getting used to this. Like, you'd think people get used to it. They don't. They don't get used to it at all.
Here's the thing. Support lead for the amazing Jeffrey Gamers Discord. I highly pride myself in taking care of the support team. And I understand if you are new to LSPDFR, new to modding, I respect that, and I give you chances.
Right.
So for those that have been playing LSPDFR, gone through at least 1 or 2 updates already, You should know by now, ladies and gentlemen. The
And
Magic Game Files. And Dazzo said this for what, almost a whole month now, I think it is. He did say GTA 5 will get another update.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey already said that as well many weeks ago. Mr. Criminal Justice already said that a couple weeks ago. And he did a blog about that shit too. So, I mean, yeah, was I surprised that they technically dropped it today? February 1st? No. But Mr. Ghost from Jeffrey Gamer's Discord, he did tell me that it was released this morning at like 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock this morning. And yeah, everyone freaked out, and I already told Hash. Hash immediately dropped the announcement. Thank God. Love him to death. And then I was talking to Gigi after that, and yeah, we pretty much shut down the server, closed down the
Support for a while.
channels until everything's updated. But unfortunately, there are still people that fucking says, "Oh, why did you close down this shit? What, like, bruh."
Because they don't want to get slammed with the same questions over and over and over and over and over again. By the way, point of fact here. 2 weeks ago, I'm looking at Jeffrey's YouTube channel right now. 2 weeks ago was the last update announcement. So we were known about this for 2 weeks, that Rockstar was going to update. This is what he says. Another update, we shall see, just in case. And lo and behold, he called it 2 weeks ago because Jeffrey was hearing things. And so we've known about this. And I think we all need to get used to the fact that this is their cash cow. They are going to constantly update it. There is nothing you can do about it unless you just want to quit playing it. And folks, remember, if you're tired of the updates, don't play GTA 5 anymore. Or I should say LSPDFR, because it won't affect you if you're not playing LSPDFR. If you're just playing regular GTA 5, take the updates. That's fine. This does not apply to you. It applies to only those who play LSPDFR or in the 5M world, for the most part.
No, 5M world doesn't matter.
Well, no, yeah, because they vet the stuff before it gets launched. You know, they do all the testing. That's true. But at any rate,
that's the single player GTA 5 that really
Turn left.
it affects. Yep, because online is, for the most part, all single player. Yeah, you can run into other people, but it's not the same thing.
So, for those that have GTA 5 copy from Rockstar Launcher, not Steam, not Epic, Rockstar Launcher will immediately get the update regardless whether you update your game or not.
Yep.
They get it way first, and then Steam, and then Epic.
And can you even mod that game? The actual retail version?
I think there is a way. I do not.
But it's a lot. If you can do it, it's probably way more difficult than what we normally do as Steam users.
Yes.
Because you can't get into the files. And I don't know. If the game requires the media being used while you're playing. Remember, that was one thing about games back in the day. They didn't just install on your computer. You still had to use the media, like the disc or whatever, to make the game work. I don't know if that's the same with the retail copies. If you have to leave it in the tray, if you're a CD user or whatever. But yeah, this is just how it is, folks. This is what you're going to deal with. And like I said, I just don't think they're going to stop doing this. I was hoping they would. I was really convinced that maybe 2802 was going to be the last version. No. They are going to keep updating this game until people just say we're done.
I think at this rate that they're going, I think we're going to see 4 to maybe 6 more updates.
Just this
year. Or officially calling it quits.
I'm going to say it's going to go into the new year. I'm going to say it's going to go into at least 2024.
Because regardless whether of GTA 6 becomes the official thing. Because I know they're still working on it. They still need one whole fucking year to market the game, like every other GTA series game that ever published. 1 year to get the hype going. And this is not just about the leaks, okay? This is legitimate marketing that Rockstar loves to do.
Get ready to turn right.
Oh no.
Turn
Okay,
right.
let's say game is finished right now. Takes 1 year to market the game. 1 whole year. You're not gonna see that game until April of 2024, let's say. Say
But even-
the
but
game
who-
is done in another year.
No.
You're not gonna see the game in 2025.
Well, I will say this: it doesn't matter if they release a new game because LSPDFR won't even be a thing for a long time after the game is released.
Yeah.
And that's something that I don't think people are realizing. And I just started realizing this recently. Okay, what is the one tool that we need to get into the game files? Open4.
Open IB.
Well, I call it Open4 because it literally is the Roman numeral for
Yes.
4. But I know everybody calls it OpenIV. Anyway, here's what I will say about that. So you have a tool that you have. How much you want to bet there's going to be blocks inside of the core files to prevent a thing like that from ever being used? Because remember, Rockstar tried to kill that program.
Yeah.
I think they're in a lawsuit with them, in fact, saying, well, you're reverse engineering our game, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know how it turned out that they were able to do it. Because technically, yes, it is reverse engineering. Technically, yes, it's illegal to do that. That's all in the EULAs. Every end license user agreement says, do not reverse engineer our software. What do you think we're doing every time we use Open4? We are reverse engineering it. We are going into the core files and making modifications to it. Rockstar hates that. I don't know what the concession was. I don't know why it was allowed. I don't know any of the backstory behind, like, okay, what was the final settled on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll bet you Rockstar learned from that and said, okay, we're going to make it impossible to mod this game. We are going to go into the core files and we are going to put gatekeepers, if you will, in the way of that, so you can never, ever, ever mod our game again. They could do that, in my book.
Yeah, but if they do that, they're gonna lose a lot of players.
I don't think so, because seriously, how big is the LSPDFR community compared to the rest of the world? LSPDFR is very niche in my book.
Yeah.
Now look, because of our circle, we see a lot of people doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know of at least 100 people that have been doing LSPDFR for years. You know,
Yes.
yourself, myself, Jeffrey, CJ, Benzo, all you guys, right? But in the grand scheme of things, how many people really know what LSPDFR truly is, or even care about it? So I think our LSPDFR community is a lot smaller compared to the grand scheme of things, the online players. And why I say that is simply because Rockstar will protect the online community more so than anybody who mods their game. So I don't think, even if they lost us as players and we just dropped, maybe we only just stuck with GTA 5 with no future updates, that would not matter to them at all.
Yeah.
That would not. Now, here's another thing too. Is it possible that on one of these quote-unquote updates that Rockstar would pull a dick move and lock out GTA 5 from being modded ever again?
No.
You don't think they would do that?
Not at this rate.
You never know. I mean, I don't know who these people are that are behind the scenes, but it's just really interesting to see that, a game that's now 10 years old as of this year. I don't know when the launch date was official for GTA 5, but it's been out for 10 years now.
2013.
Yeah, right, but I don't know what month it was released. It was in summertime.
You can search that.
Yeah. But the fact that this game is now 10 years old, and I don't know what the interval was between the original games, like how many years between 1, 2, 3, Vice City and all that stuff, like how much there was a gap. It was like a couple years, it was 2 years. This is the longest running series in their entire library, as far as I know.
Yeah, it is.
Without a massive game update. Now, here's the thing too, folks. We keep calling it GTA 6. We don't know what it's going to be called. We're just saying it's 6 because it follows number 5. And I think there's a rumor that it's going to be a remake of one of the other.
It's not even a rumor anymore. It's a dead truth. It's
Is it
GTA 6, Vice City all over again.
So who really cares about that in my thing? So that means they're not original with ideas.
Well, because
Go straight.
Vice City was never a part of this gen. That is why Rockstar is making the remake of Vice City through this generation. The original Vice City was not part of this so-called generation.
So are they trying to link the two generations together then with... Okay, it's going to be an independent game of GTA.
It's basically Vice City, but more modernized. That's what it is. It's technically an actual remake with more of a modern twist with a female protagonist.
Yeah.
Lead it off.
Yep.
Mr. Craig, welcome to the stream.
Oh, I lost my Wi-Fi connection. How's that possible?
Look at the purple. Purple truck.
No, my TV decided to take a fart on that one. That's weird.
Yeah, that's been a long day dealing with the support team on Jeffrey's Discord. Because there's a lot of members asking, oh, when's the file's going to be updated and all of this and crap. Yeah. Dollar G, what's up, man? But anyways, it was a fun day nonetheless.
Go straight.
Rockstar released a new update today, and all hell broke loose. As usual.
Yep.
So, that is what it is.
I guess the one thing I'm very grateful for with SCS is that even if we mod the game, most times the updates aren't breaking our mods for the most part.
Unless you go into the beta with the same profile.
Well, yeah, but that should be anybody.
Well, then that's your own fault.
Yeah, exactly. If you're part of the beta testers, you don't mod beta testing because they will break every single.
Why you create a beta profile for betas only.
Yep.
Don't touch that profile.
Yep.
Then you have a modded one. You have a clean profile for Convoy sent from.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did when I was joining up with Daz to actually play in the Convoy. Was I created a separate profile and did some things to make everything work.
Don't use the same single player that you use and the modded one and use it for the beta.
And you can always mod the new one once you've got the things set up properly.
Because if you do, guess what?
Yes, go.
It
breaks. Yep.
Hey, at least you get awesome trucks for free. You don't have to pay for a truck. Yeah, you only technically pay for the mod pods, but whatever, okay? Big deal. Get it in a bundle. It's cheaper.
Bundling is always cheaper.
But, speaking of bundles, I'm really gonna go out in the loop here. Oklahoma State DLC coming out soon. Kansas coming out soon. Maybe we'll see Iowa and Missouri. Hello? And then maybe the Dakotas, North and South Dakota as a combo map.
I think we'll see. If I'm thinking how they're doing this, they're going to go Oklahoma, Kansas, North and South, or South Dakota, North Dakota, and cut over west or east, and then head Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri.
No, because they have to go up and south. They gotta include Iowa and all that.
How does that make sense? Why would you need to include Iowa? Because if you look at how the map looks, like how our country looks, you could easily go like up and down and just kind of do like that. You don't have to keep.
That's what they always do.
Right. But Iowa, I would not think Iowa should be part of this. You know, you would make your way that way after the fact, in my book. Because why skip Minnesota then? If you're going to do North and South Dakota, why would you skip Minnesota and go to Iowa instead? And then Missouri. Why would you skip Minnesota? That doesn't make any sense.
I think after Kansas, we're going to get Iowa. That's my guess.
Oh, what about Nebraska?
And Nebraska. Because I don't think... Because you can technically get both Dakotas maybe next year. Because they are smaller states, so... Yeah.
Just wait till
a combo happens.
Well, I think they're going to do that with the East Coast once they hit like the really small states like Rhode Island, Massachusetts. That's going to be really
small.
That's going to be a huge bundle in my book. I don't think they're going to sell those individually. I think those are going to be a bundle pack. Because it would make more sense to do it that way. And because look at how big Rhode Island is. Rhode Island is really tiny. So there would be no reason to make that its own independent state for $11.
Rhode Island will be in the combo pack, same like how Spain and Portugal was in a same pack.
Yep. I mean, like things like New York and Pennsylvania, those will be their own standalones.
Yes.
Ohio will be its own standalone. But like, I don't know if would they combine Vermont and New Hampshire since they are relatively the same size?
We'll see.
Or
we can all sit here and guess and debate about it and all that, but that's all SCS stuff.
There's no debate. It's just I still will never get over why they never started with the East Coast. It just never made sense to me.
Nothing makes sense, to be honest.
No. I would love to have been in that board meeting saying, guys, start on the East Coast first, give the people more content, then upgrade your map. Just saying. I will say, do you know how bad the game... I don't think the game ever would have been successful had they not scaled up the map. Because that was a huge thing for people, was how small that map really was.
I didn't stop it on time. I did a light tap at around 20 miles per hour. It's okay.
And you're not on snow either, so...
No. I already I didn't hit the emergency brake, but I fully slammed on that brake.
Yeah. Oh. So, fun fact.
It's okay.
Fun fact, check this out. So, remember how you were talking during the podcast last night about the ice storm that hit this area?
Yes.
I'm at. So, according to what I heard, I think it was this morning, the same scientist that predicted the Snowmageddon 2 years ago is now predicting around February 6th, 10 to 12 inches of snow down here.
Oh, wow.
Remember how we were talking about the chaos of this last ice storm?
Uh-huh.
This will cripple this city.
Yeah.
This will literally cripple. Like, nobody's gonna... I mean, look, I'll drive in it because I've done it before. And then...
Right.
Here's something I mentioned. I think I mentioned this in the podcast. If I didn't, I'll reiterate. So, Texas basically has no big trucks to actually clear the roads because they say, well, we don't get snow down here. Here's my thing. Here's what I'd argue to the state. Okay, that may be the case. You could enlist the help of construction workers to use things like road graders. Where I'm from, when I was in northern Minnesota, that's what they would use. They would use road graders to clear out the snow. Because, yes, they did have city trucks or whatever, but mostly they would use road graders too.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you can enlist road graders. You can enlist dump trucks, and on the back of these dump trucks, there are attachments that can spray sand and have sand on said road. Now, it's not like ice melt where it'll actually, get rid of all the snow or the ice buildup, but sand gives you traction. So my thought is, okay, why is it that you are this incompetent to think about things like that? How is it that you can sit there in your ivory towers and watch this happen to your cities and not think, you know what we should do? We should contract with all of the construction companies around the state or the areas that are going to be impacted by this. Prepare them for this and say, okay, if this happens, here's your go time. Go ahead and do this. Clear the roads.
Go straight.
And help us keep our city open. How hard is that? If you don't have the money, you improvise.
You know what? It's because they can't improvise. They're stupid in their brain cells.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Do politicians really give a fuck about civilians? No, they don't.
Oh, but they do when they're wanting to be voted for.
They don't give no rat's ass.
I can make a difference for you because I'm smart, guy. See, I've been in public service in these types of things. I'm smart, guy. It's just, yeah. But, for people like you and I, this totally makes sense. Take with what you have.
Go straight.
Take those lemons and make them into lemonade. It's not difficult. How can a peon like me think about that, and somebody who makes $500,000 being a freaking politician can't think of something like that?
It's because their brain cells are not a brain cell.
But here's the thing: they drive the same roads we do.
Yeah.
They're not most of them are not chauffeured.
Oh no.
They have their own vehicles they have to drive.
No,
Now,
you're not wrong.
Usually they're high end freaking Denali's, or Mercedes or whatever. But
Right.
still, these cars. Remember, some of these vehicles aren't good for the snow.
Oh no.
You would think, and the funny thing is, you would think, okay, maybe we'll just take them getting stuck in the snow. No. It would have to take, and even then, we had massive tragedies down here in 2021. Right behind that was some of the worst accidents I'd ever seen. I mean, I literally watched people die because of how these accidents accordion their cars. I saw a truck. I actually saw a truck end over end, nose to tail, in a cartwheel after it got rear-ended and flipped over another vehicle. And I guarantee the car it landed on died. Guaranteed that person died. 6,000 pounds of steel landing on your head, yeah, you ain't surviving that. And what'd they say? Man. And then you had to look at New York. When New York had their snowmageddon, when they literally were buried. Well, we can't get to anybody, so we're going to just go... And they've got the equipment to move stuff around. They've got the equipment. They've got snow equipment. So, what am I getting at, folks?
Stay left.
Yeah, governments don't
Then
really give a
turn
shit
left.
until it affects them, and even then it doesn't affect them because they don't care. So, but people like myself and Daz, we can think of the logic and say, yeah, we should do this. This would make sense. Work with these companies and say, yeah, let's use your equipment and go ahead and plow these roads.
Right.
That's
common sense.
Oh, wait, that's a dirty word. You can't say that word. You'll get banned.
Oh no. I'm sorry. Common sense? No? Anybody have any common sense down in Texas?
Dazzo's gonna get banned off YouTube for saying common sense.
I'm sorry if that... Does that hurt people's fucking brains? Oh, I'm sorry if that offended you now.
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
I'm not sorry.
Nope. No, people need to start growing some hair on their chest if they're going to sit there and do that. If they're going to
Oh no! People are getting offended.
You know what offends me is the crybabies. That's what offends me. It's like, how pitiful is your life? It's like that person that popped into the chat yesterday and said some horrible shit. No, we don't need people like you in this world.
You
We
know
just
what's
don't.
funny? You know what's funny?
What's funny?
I saw that same individual going to meet the gamers Discord. And then I think it was either Angel or Mr. Crosby Plays temporary banned him for it because it's a new account. I saw that earlier. I was like, nice try.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, but
It's just sad.
if you're gonna come into anybody's live stream chat and say horrible things, regardless if the individual is a co-host or not, or a guest, and they have learning disabilities, special disabilities, whatever, it does not make you the right to judge people by their appearance.
Yeah, there's a little thing that I heard when I was growing up called "Judge not, lest ye be judged."
Mind you,
Go straight.
I grew up and I went to fucking schools with kids with disabilities, kids in wheelchairs, all sorts of that. And there's a very good percentage of those people are a lot smarter than you are.
You're not wrong. I know, because I went to school with some of these same people when I was growing up, and it's like, I'm dumb compared to you. Wow, I need to learn from you. Can I copy your paper, please? So, yeah. But unfortunately, you're going to deal with that no matter where you are in life, because the internet makes cowards of so many people.
And all they do is stand behind a fucking computer screen
and
type that yada yada yada.
How do you think cancel culture began? Cancel culture began, well, actually accelerated with the internet. Because one person complains on Twitter, everything has to change because one person. There is no majority, there is only one person's voice. That's it. That is it. If you say one thing that they disagree with, they can destroy your life. They can dox you. They can get you fired from your job. They can pretty much wreak havoc on your life. And what are you going to do about it?
That's just pathetic.
Except take it up the tailpipe and say, please, sir, can I have another? And that's unfortunate.
Go straight.
There are some people who should never breed in this world, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, sir.
But, that's what happens when you think with a small head. Anyway, so...
Go straight.
Lots
the
of people...
was awesome, though. Don't get me wrong. SES did a pretty decent job with the 5700 XE.
SES does a lot of good work, but how is it the engines have always been garbage?
Yeah, they used a copy and paste.
Apparently it's too hard to actually go out and record engines from a shop or whomever or wherever.
You know what's funny? Because they have a direct line with
Peterbilt.
Star. They
Yeah.
have a direct line. This is no joke. Direct line to Western Star. And a lot of Western Star trucks runs Detroit diesels. Yes, they do.
And unfortunately,
why can't you? Because it's only a 5700X. You could still technically get the same sounds you did for the 49X, the 59 or 57X, whichever one the other one was. Make it sound better. You have a direct line to it. Send 2 or 3 people. Hey, can we borrow your truck to make some better sounds? They have people. Why not not utilize it.
Yeah, don't pull around.
Yeah, I can easily just use a modded sound pack, sure, whatever, yada yada yada.
Well,
I
would just say too that SCS needs to not go down the path that Rockstar does, where they don't actually listen to feedback.
Sometimes they do. And sometimes they actually do some pretty good job with it.
Right, but they need to start listening to people. If we want engine sounds, make it happen. It can't be that difficult to take a microphone out to the field.
No, it's not.
And especially with today's technology, easily can be done. Maybe back in the day when you were doing reel-to-reel recording, yeah, it was a little more difficult because you couldn't isolate the sounds as easily. Even with those big, puffy, feathery microphone windscreens, you know.
Exactly.
But again, you know, I mean, if George Lucas could get sound effects from aircraft, doing a Doppler effect for his movies, you know, the prequels, you know, Skywalker sounds pretty known for really good sound effects.
All right.
How is it possible that SCS can't learn from that? Or, to be honest, any company for that matter.
Michael, how you doing, man? We are trucking today. We are trucking in the brand new Western Star 5700X. And this truck is amazing. It's a good truck. Yeah, it's pretty limited on customization. Just pure.
It just came out. So.
And it's all pure chrome. Everything, all the accessories, pure chrome. I went with the purple, a little bit of a silver, and a little bit of a white too, because it was so good.
Is that the? Does it come with the 220 tanks?
It's a 240 tank, and then the default, I think it was a 300-gallon tank. Where you choose the biggest cab.
Wow.
Yes.
That'll get you across the states.
300-gallon tanks are the way to go if you want to do long hauls. But
You know,
obviously, yeah, you can do 220, 240. You just have to do a little bit more of a fuel stop. Hey, it's all about your driving. It's not about how big of a tank you have.
Yep. Have you ever watched? I think the person is Sim Racing for Life or Sim Racing Life.
I don't think I ever heard of that person.
Oh, I just saw a video earlier today with this guy. He's got a triple monitor setup for his rig, and when you look at it, when you actually look at his gameplay, it looks absolutely so realistic. Like, people were saying, I couldn't tell the difference if this was a game or if this was legitimately a real world scenario because of how everything looked. Like, this guy actually set up his steering wheel to be exactly in the same position that it would be in the cab. All of his button pads, all that stuff is exactly where it would need to be. And it looked, and then when you look at the actual video playback, it's like, holy shit, that is incredibly detailed.
Now, I know some people have a legitimate, they use, or technically they would buy off old trucks, like the actual dash itself.
Oh yeah, and they'll convert them.
They'll convert them in their basement or their living room or wherever they want it. You know, convert them.
Yeah.
Make it look like an actual real truck. Some people I've seen people do it. It's like, wow, that's awesome. If I had the fucking room, I'd fucking do one myself. But
I want to know how in the world you actually can get 3 screens to split the game. Like, what is that?
It's just a triple monitor stuff.
Right. But how do you get all 3 monitors to read the same game as opposed to being, because do you expand the? I mean, how do you do that?
Technically, would expand
the displays.
The displays, yeah. there are ways you can fucking look it up online.
Well, I've got an expanded display on for my setup, and I can't get anything on my other monitor. It literally is just another monitor, and it doesn't register unless it has to be like using DisplayPort instead of HDMI.
That might be it. I don't know.
Because the guy, like one guy's using a, he was using the latest, or no, the 3090, I think.
Go straight.
I think that's what he was using. It was a 3090.
I heard Mr. Benzo was getting a, I think it was Mr. Benzo was getting a 4000 series card. Or was it a Mad Dog or I don't know. Because I heard GG said that.
All I know is I don't have fuck you money, so it doesn't matter to me.
I heard GG said it over in his last stream, I think.
Yeah.
Someone was getting a 4000 series graphics card. I'm like, yeah. I think it was either. I think it might be Benzo.
So this one guy's got an NVIDIA 3080, an i9 99,000 or 9900, an ITX motherboard. Really, an ITX? Oof. 55-inch triple screens, 5 tactile transducers, a Thrustmaster T300 RS wheel, the Thrustmaster TLCM pedals, NRG seat, and the custom-built sim room with his own electrical system.
That's a nice setup, though.
Again, and this guy's only got 1.5 thousand subscribers. So this guy must have
money to blow.
I was just gonna say you gotta know that he's got a damn good paying job where he's got that kind of money. Dude, I have bills to pay, man. You know, I have bills to pay. I don't. You know, that's why my content is slow right now, because I'm literally looking for a job every single freaking day of my life. I've literally had to make a career out of that, which is horrible.
Welcome to life.
Well, it shouldn't be this difficult to find a damn job. Just for a shitty job, I'm having a hard time. That's what really sucks.
Michael, I went to my physical therapy today. I'm done with my physical therapy. I had to go back on Friday. Oh, congratulations, man. Hope you are doing well with that. I went to get my physiotherapy consult yesterday. Yeah, it went well. But do I really want to go spend 2 sessions on physiotherapy? Nah.
Nope.
No need, because it was only minor. It wasn't anything crazy where I broke a bone or whatnot, and then you need to have healings in your arms and whatnot. So, yeah. If I can save money, I'll save money, and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, considering Canadian healthcare is not exactly cheap.
Well, I have insurance and benefits and all that, so I'm not too worried, but still. Do I really want to waste 2 sessions? No. Not unless I really need it, or like something major.
Like surgery.
Yeah. Like say you broke a fucking hip, and that you would definitely need fucking physiotherapy.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. My dad had my dad broke his hip. He fell off a ladder a couple of years, actually 3 years ago. He fell off a ladder, and what he broke was the where the ball socket and the little thin bone that comes out of that to the thigh.
Yeah.
He actually broke that, cracked it.
Oh.
And yeah.
Ouch.
And he had to have a titanium replacement put in.
Oh.
Well, and considering my dad's a senior citizen, it's even worse, because that's how people die, man. People usually broken hip because of what breaks, and when you're older, clotting is a lot worse.
Yes.
And and the thing is, he even told me, he's like, yeah, I wasn't gonna go into the doctor. That pissed me off. That he's like, well, I'm not gonna go to the doctor. I'm like, do you know what you just did? You probably broke your hip. You know, because he was really struggling to like do anything, like get to the doctor, make an appointment, and sure enough he did, and that's what he found out. So he was admitted and he got treated. He got the surgery taken care of, and that was it. Now keep in mind too. Prior to that, my dad's last major surgery was his triple bypass because he had a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So. Mm-hmm. Now I have to say, I don't give a shit what people say about how good our healthcare system is in this country. It's fucking dog shit. We're not cared for. We're literally given drugs. That's legitimately all we are. We are just kept alive. There's no true health. Because I guarantee there's ways we could cure a lot of shit. We just don't. We just say nope. We don't want to because Big Pharma says no.
All right.
So.
Go straight.
It is what it is, guys.
Yeah. Well, when you watch your parents dying in front of your eyes, you start to get very cynical about healthcare. You get very and then the little piss. You know, this is a rant. I'm sorry, folks, but the minute these little fuckers out there, these little millennials sit and whine and say, "I want my free insurance," fuck you. You are the reason why medical is so fucking high. You are the exact fucking reason why we pay so much in healthcare. Because your little whining bitches out there say, "Well, I want my free healthcare." Fuck you. Sorry for the rant, but I get very bitter about that after watching my parents. You know, my mom died because of piss poor healthcare, and my dad, you know, while he did get some treatment, you know, it's still bullshit. We barely survive because assholes that have no moral compass whatsoever don't give a shit about healthcare. It's literally death care is all it is. It's like, we'll keep you just alive until you die. Oh, and then to add insult to injury, we'll even tax you for your death.
Oh.
You didn't know that was the thing out here? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I already did that.
Yep. You're a death tax. And they've reinstituted the marriage tax in this country because cunts want to be a thing. So, yep. I can already feel myself very, very worked up right now because of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Wow, Chris actually shaved his beard.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he did. He absolutely shaved his beard. Wow.
There's no longer McJonas anymore.
Nope. Oh, he's gone clean shaven. He's gone clean shaven. Wow. It's literally like a different dude. It's like a different guy.
I was talking to Mr. Newman Gaming in the private DMs earlier today. And
Oh, yeah?
I did extend a open door for him to appear on the Dazzo Nation podcast in about 2 weeks or so. Give or take when he is available to come on the show. So we'll definitely get Mr. Newman Gaming, the owner of Everyday Heroes Roleplay. He will come join us, and we're gonna have a blast and see what he has to say.
He's a good egg. I've actually had many good conversations with him through VC, and like during one of their live streams or whatever. And I was like, "This is a very cool dude. Very, very cool dude."
He's a very humble guy.
Oh, you're not wrong. Absolutely not wrong.
But yes, Mr. Newman Gaming will join us in about 2 weeks or so.
Cool beans. I was noticing that the next Meet the Gamers is going to have Mr. Benzo on it.
Yes, indeed.
Is that his 4th appearance, I think?
Oh, roughly, because he did hit that 100K. That's why.
Yeah, he did hit that.
And it's gonna be a good show. This Sunday. Meet the Gamers with the amazing Benzo.
He's at 101 right now.
Yep. I saw that. I'm like, what's jealous.
Oh God, you're not wrong, man. But is 100,000 still? Are you able to quit your day job at that point? Or
No,
do you,
no way.
yeah, you have to be at least
No
half
way.
$500,000 to $1 million to maybe quit your day job. But see, here's the thing, though. People don't realize that even if you do quit your day job, let's say you do have a million some subscribers, you do know you're going to be working about 80 hours a week. So you're going to be working twice as many hours than you were when you were just working your day job, your 40-hour-a-week job. You're literally doubling your hours.
You want to find out the truth? Ask Jeff Aviano. He'll fucking tell you.
Yeah. Yep. He puts a lot of hours into his content. Really, really does. To be honest, I'm surprised he's not at Bug's level of subscribers, because Bug's is like 2 million. How Jeff is not that high, I don't really know. I don't get it.
System's rigged.
But anyway,
Don't
so
get me
yeah.
wrong, Bugs is more funnier when it comes to
Oh,
his content.
I don't know about that. I think
He does have some good content.
He
do
does.
like Bugs.
I do too. I think he's hysterical. I like Sid Ryan. I like Jeff. But Jeff was the first guy I really discovered, like, you know, through my brother. He's
Obviously.
a guy. I think that's how most people found him, was like through the Code Zero stuff. But what I really like about Jeff is like he's like his latest video. He plays his Karen character, Kathy Brunswick.
Oh God,
He's
good old Kathy.
She is the most Karen of Karens to ever Karen.
Yep.
And what's Steve Ryan's? I forget what his is. He's got a good Karen as well. I don't know if
Yeah.
Bugs is good.
They have some amazing characters.
Yeah, they do. And so I think, okay, so how did this guy make this be a thing? No idea. There's no secret sauce. I think it's literally, like I've said before, you just get lucky. People just get damn lucky how this shit works.
Hey Ethan, what's up, man? Yeah, Skettle's not joining us in the active gameplay today. He's not feeling too well. So I told him to, you know what? Take it easy. When you feel better, we'll freaking do a convoy session.
Says the man who called me an asshole when he first logged in for the day. He's like, let's talk to Mr. Asshole. You're not wrong, though. I can be an asshole.
We're all assholes.
Yeah.
If you're too nice, people will walk over you. If you're too much of an asshole, people don't befriend you. So, you really have to stick in between the middle.
Stay right.
Big Mama Juju.
I love... I don't know if you guys have ever heard this song, but there's an uncensored version of this song called Asshole by Dennis Leary. And it's absolutely hysterical.
You're an asshole, damn it.
I'm just a regular Joe with a regular job. Average white suburbanite slob. I like football and porno and books about war. I got an average house with a nice hardwood floor. My wife and my job, my kids and my car, my feet on the table, and a Cuban cigar. I mean, that just waxes poetic. You know?
Nothing much, just relaxing about to watch some truck Josh. Hey, there you go.
I use public toilets and piss on the seat. I walk around in the summer saying, how about
Get
this?
ready to turn left.
Yes. Yes. I remember when that was a big controversial song, too. That came out in 93. My God, I'm old.
Oh, you are old.
I
Only
was six.
McJevis.
Dude, I was 16 when that song came out.
You're as old as McJevis.
No, not quite. He's a few years older. When that guy takes a leak, it's just all like dust.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say though, in Jeffrey's Discord, we have the best support and moderation team everywhere.
Yeah, no bias there.
No, I'm not biased. It's fucking true. That's fucking true, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song is weak, to be honest, but hey, it's a free truck. And it actually looks pretty good in the purple.
Mm-hmm. In the purple?
Purple?
Mm-hmm.
I did try to add that little silver touch. And it looks okay. It's not too horrible. Silver grayish. It doesn't do justice, unlike the real world, where the silver actually comes off.
No, and that was one thing too when you were asking me about, you know, the LSSO liveries. To be honest, I would think that would be. I mean, if you wanted to use that one I showed you, that would be pretty cool.
I was planning on using it.
Yeah, but I think you are correct, because I think I have tried a kind of a silvery color, but that's really hard to mimic inside of, you know, a digital world.
Yeah.
Silver doesn't look right. Like silver looks more kind of light gray.
Yes.
In GTA, which doesn't look as good. It's fine for like a contrasting color, but to make it a principal color on a vehicle, it doesn't look right. It doesn't shine as nicely.
Yeah.
But you could go white. You could go white with that, which is fine, because I like black and whites. I always have.
Black and white, black and white?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see. But hopefully everyone is enjoying the stream. No, it's been a hectic day today. Dealing with support, dealing with GTA 5 updates and all of that. Ugh. It's been all over the place today. Now I'm stuck in traffic, waiting for the green. Or technically it's not a green.
Oh, that's one thing I would recommend is there's a traffic light mod that actually makes the lights a lot longer. And
technically a three-way stop. What idiots are going? Who is this idiot? You get out of my truck. Who the fuck is this asshole? Oh, it's a fucking lady. You stupid Karen. Go, you stupid Karen. You don't want to go, Karen? Fine, I'll go. Won't jump the line. Because we can. We're gonna jump the line because I'm not gonna wait sitting here for 30 minutes just to get fucking moving. We're gonna make a left anyways, so yeah. Squeeze our way out of here. Ah, that works. That worked out pretty nicely. Since I do like that purple.
Mm-hmm.
Purple. Now what with the black trim on this thing? That looks kinda nice. I was not gonna use the stacks, but I'm like, I might just use it because it's been pretty nicely in the back.
Right. turn right.
Definitely a Caterpillar sounds so much better on this than with a SES Detroit diesel.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Maybe in the next stream I'll have it modified my engine sound for this bad boy. I think it sounds better with a cat. Hey, get the green. Let's go. Horn still sounds gay, but whatever. Can't do anything about that horn. FCS, you could have done a better job with the horn sound. But anyways. Looks like some rain clouds are coming in.
Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Some brake clouds are coming in, everybody. You okay there, Skids?
No, I'm still here. I'm just reading an article right now.
Oh,
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Yep. I was a huge fan of him when I was a kid. I thought he did such good work. And I was heartbroken when he passed away.
Oh, okay. God damn it, I'm in the slow lane now. God damn it. Oh my god, this is slow traffic. only technically going across
Stay
one
right.
state. We're only in
Exit
Denver,
right.
Idaho.
So here's a question for you, math wizards out there.
Oh.
Exit right.
What is longer? Going from Texas, the southernmost point, and this is I'm just talking in ATS.
Stay left.
The
Then turn left.
furthest south city in the current Texas map. Now, granted, you'll have to use a map mod for this
left.
one, and then go to Alaska. Is that longer than, let's say, going from the tip of Maine to the southern point near the Pacific Ocean of California? What's the longer trip?
Ooh. Good question.
Because somebody actually wrote or created a video that said longest trip in ATS going from Texas to Alaska.
Oh, that one. I've seen that one.
So I'm wondering, is that true, or is it further to go from Maine to California? I'm very curious about that. What is the? Because obviously we don't have Maine or Alaska. You'd have to do a map mod, but I'm curious as to what the furthest point is.
Good question.
Now remember, this is not like real world 1-to-1 scale United States map. I'm talking the map of ATS. So let's put that out for the record. Because some people will say, well, wait a minute now. No, it's like, no. Texas in ATS to Alaska in ATS. Is that longer than Maine in ATS to California in ATS? What is the longer journey? Because at some point, I think that's going to happen. Whether or not we ever get Canada or Alaska remains to be seen, because that could be many, many moons out. In fact, that probably wouldn't be for another 10 years, in my opinion.
I think Texas, from the southernmost point in Texas to Alaska is far.
Oh yeah, it's far, but is it the furthest point though?
No. No. Because
Or-
you can go from all the way, go to the east side of things, and then go all the way to Alaska. Now that is far.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Go from the east, all the way to the east.
You know, it is
Furthest
fun-
point in the east, go to Alaska. See how
It
far
is-
that
Go
will take.
straight.
it is funny that Alaska is our biggest state, yet it's not as populated as one might think, because there's a lot of uninhabitable areas in that
Yes.
part of the, you know, it's really what the southern part of it along the water where it's inhabited, but the further inland you go, it's like all mountainous terrains and just uninhabitable, you know, polar bear type of world, you know.
It's like visiting the county. Except you're filled with ice, cold.
Yep.
But welcome everybody to another ATS live stream. Hopefully you guys are doing well and enjoying the content.
Get
Indeed.
ready to turn left.
By the way, speaking of content creation and all things like that, when we were talking yesterday about our amazing
left.
friends over at Four Seasons Hosting, it was really cool when he told me about the new code server they're offering.
Oh
where you can actually-
yes.
I didn't even know I would need that until I actually heard that from him. It's like, that is actually really cool, because I think most people are using like GitHub
You have arrived at
and
your destination.
some other sources
Mhm.
to do that, but it's really nice to have another avenue for code storing.
And
And-
it's only $225 a month.
That's pretty epic, actually.
That's a, you know, buy a large cup of coffee for that price.
A cup of coffee is more expensive, so it's actually less than a cup of coffee. Well, depending on where you go. I mean, if you make it yourself, maybe, but if you buy it from like a Starbucks or
Well,
Or-
nobody told you to go to a Starbucks and go buy one. Come on now.
yeah, but that's where the most people get their coffee is, from those places.
Oh yeah, that's true. Especially the ladies.
Or no, the worst offenders are those who actually drink McDonald's coffee.
Hey, I drink McDonald's coffee. Fuck off.
Ew.
They have the best coffee. Fuck you.
Well, I'm not a coffee connoisseur, so 2 fucks are not given. So.
Second of all, the McDonald's coffee, the recipe that they have now, is technically from Tim Hortons.
Is it really?
Yes.
Did not know that.
For those that don't know, yes, that is true.
The thing is, I don't know if anybody's ever seen the movie called The Founder. It's sometimes on Amazon Prime, sometimes it's on Netflix, but it's basically about Ray Kroc, who bought McDonald's from the McDonald brothers. And the shenanigans, it stars not Bruce Willis, Michael Keaton as Ray Kroc. And what the thing about that is so Ray Kroc was originally he was selling malt makers out of the back of his vehicle. So, like, shakes or whatever, he would actually sell the equipment out of the back of his car to prospective businesses. Well, he came across one of the original McDonald's stands back in the 50s and really enjoyed the food. He was surprised like how good the food was, and he liked the efficiency of how it was a very well-oiled system that the brothers came up with.
Right.
Like how the station was set up, and like you had your drinks here, you had your burger making area here, you had your fryers here. It was a very cool system, and I liked how they broke it down in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But Ray Kroc was he became a very nasty individual to the brothers, because what he did was he took they made him kind of like the go-to guy to go sell the McDonald's name to franchisees, right? Like to say, like, here, open a store here and all this stuff. So what he did was, look at McDonald's is not about food. McDonald's is a property investment company.
Yes.
Essentially, they buy the land and the buildings, which makes more money than food industry does. And that's what he did. And then, but what he did also do was he swindled the boys out of their name.
Mm-hmm.
And gave them what was like $2 million for both of them, but no residuals, no anything. They were left with nothing. After seeing that, I as a kid, I loved McDonald's. When I was a kid, I loved my Happy Meal because I loved the toys that used to come with them. And
Who
was
doesn't like Happy Meals? Come on now.
I'd rather, well, I'm not going to go with what just came to my head. But anyway, moving on. Exactly. But it was really interesting how, one man could essentially destroy a franchise, but yet it becomes the biggest franchise in the world.
Right.
But what I liked about it too was that there were some regions in the country, and I didn't know about this and whether or not it's true or not, but it was basically burger, fries, and a drink. That was basically what you ordered. Mm-hmm. But some were selling like chicken, and they were selling other things. Can you imagine the McDonald's brothers, if they were alive today, what they would look at their franchise and say, this is not our menu? How many items are on a McDonald's menu right now? Including
One
breakfast.
Too many.
Yeah, there's what, like at least 30 items?
One too many.
Yeah, there really is. And it's like, I just want a burger, I want a fry, and I want a drink. But honestly, it's an amazing movie. I mean, yes, it's a movie. It is dramatized, and maybe not everything was laid out exactly how it all happened, but it's an eye-opener for sure. And I don't know if there's other restaurants that were swindled like the McDonald brothers were. In fact, actually, they even got sued for using their own name. The McDonald's brothers, that was their last name, was McDonald's, and Ray Kroc's company sued them for their name. They couldn't even use the name McDonald anymore. I thought that was pretty shitty. But still a really, really good movie. and really entertaining in my book. So, but yeah, I believe it's on Amazon. Sometimes I've seen it on IMDb or what's now known as Freevee. Sometimes they'll be on there with like advertisements, but it's a good one.
Get ready to turn left.
There you guys go.
Another interesting movie I saw last night that came out last year was called
Turn
Ambulance, which was directed by Michael Bay, you know, the king of explosions.
Oh, that. I've seen
Now, okay, now that's not bad, but I will say there's some pretty woke stuff in there. In fact, there's a scene, I could not believe I saw this, but I actually had to freeze frame this. Somebody actually drew that twat Anthony Fauci in almost a Spock-esque type of thing, throwing up the live long and prosper greeting.
Stay right.
Oh, God.
Then continue straight.
I was sickened by that. I'm like, really? You've made him a golden calf again? And now they may have been mocking him. Maybe they did. But I just found it very interesting that they actually would do such a thing. But I will say one thing. If it's nothing if it's nothing to say about Michael Bay, is he's really good at action sequences. The entire film is almost all action. There's very little lull between action and just regular dialogue. It's like boom, 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 boom. But what was really cool was that it all took place in Los Angeles. Well, it looks like Los Angeles. It could be Canada somewhere, because they do like to film in Toronto, which kind of looks a little bit like California in some areas. But I was looking at some of the areas, and I'm like, you know, like the Los Angeles River. I'm like, my God, that's straight out of GTA 5.
Go straight.
It looked identical to where literally we've driven in that game. Like all the areas, I'm like, you know, you look at like where the like Strawberry and all those like ghetto areas are. There's like just absolutely right there in that world. I'm like, holy shit, that's incredible. But yeah, it was almost like, wow, I'm watching GTA 5, but it was also a combination of GTA 5 and Payday. It was literally a heist that went horribly wrong, and the only getaway was in an ambulance. And high-speed chases, lots of explosions, lots of shootings, lots of like, you know, crazy stuff. But it wasn't a bad film. I could have done without some of the woke stuff in it, but that's for sure. But in general, I would give it a 5 out of 10.
Oh, by the way.
Now it is Michael Bay, by the way, so we know what he did to the Transformers franchise. He destroyed that in my book. I don't care how much it made him, he royally destroyed
Turn left.
that world. You were saying, I'm sorry.
Talking about woke, some freaking woman decided to open up a restaurant. I call it
Turn
woke.
left.
It was all over the news.
In Canada?
US.
What a surprise.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck did they just read? Really?
And I wonder how quickly that's going to tank.
Yeah, a lot of people got offended by that.
Okay, if there's anything to be offended by, I would agree with that. I would be offended by that too.
But that's fine, you know.
Yep.
Out of all the freaking names you can name a restaurant, yeah. Especially in this day and age.
And you know damn well it was chosen because why not?
Yeah. Especially at this day and age where political and all that other crap is way out of this world.
Isn't that just sad that we live in a world where such whining is actually like the norm? Like,
yeah.
People actually are just normal human beings just trying to live their lives, have to be inundated with such crybabies. Like how, I mean, I remember back in the 90s when I first got inklings of this kind of culture, when the crayon company Crayola was, you know, oh, you're offending the Native Americans because of your Indian red color. How dare you? And I was like, really? That is the extent of, oh my God, I'm so offended because it's using a word. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's
Go, and as it says, go woke, go broke.
mhm.
Because that's what it will do to you. It will be financially, it'll break you, it'll make you go broke. Morally, spiritually, it'll make you go broke. I mean, if that's the life you want to live, you want to be a broken individual where you're shitting on everybody else because they don't view the same thing as you do. Screw you.
Yeah.
But that's unfortunate. Probably called Cafe Woke. Ugh. How they even got financing for that is beyond me.
I think she might have gotten the name out of it after they gave her the money.
Oh, of course. Of course. Why don't we just call a restaurant called Pussy? Why not just call a restaurant Pussy and that's it?
I mean, there's probably one. There is one, maybe. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, why? Oh, well, if that's why don't we just make up names and just say, "Yep, I'm gonna call it this," and fuck you because you're treading on my beliefs. You cannot do that to me, so therefore I'm gonna say this is gonna be what it's called. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Tough shit. I mean, we can play that game too, and I think we should. Maybe we have to play that game in order to make these people realize how dumb they're being. I don't know, but this is the kind of shit I just don't have time for, to be honest. I just do not have time for that garbage.
Oh, you're not wrong, Sal.
You know, some people get it. Some people are very smart and say, yeah, we're not playing that game. You know, I mean, you can't even have comedy in this world anymore without offending some asshole, but that's the point of comedy. It's supposed to be insulting. I mean, can you imagine George Carlin, the great George Carlin? His ass would have been canceled so long ago. Although I do wonder if he's like if he was, nobody could cancel him. I kind of wonder that. Because he's fucking George Carlin, man. And Sam Kinison? I mean, you know.
Oh, speaking of cancel, did anybody hear the news about Mr. Dr. Phil?
Yeah, he's retiring and going to family therapy or some shit like that.
Yeah, after 21 years in the business.
Yep.
And the showbiz business, for that matter.
Yeah, you know how he got a fucking job?
How?
Oprah.
Oh, totally.
No, like seriously, because he was a guest on her show so much, she literally gave him the money to start his own show.
I mean, Oprah was very nice.
Yeah, until she wasn't.
Yeah.
Stay right.
Until she completely
Turn
changed. Like,
right.
you know, I remember like back in the 80s or whatever, like when she was, you know, like honoring her like the teachers that taught her, and you know, she was very emotional about that. 'Cause she's like, these people like changed my life, and then look what she's become. It's like Whoopi Goldberg. I used to love Whoopi Goldberg as an actress. I mean, she was so talented.
Yeah.
I would literally never see a film of hers again or anything that she's ever been in again because of what she's become today. It's very sad. You know,
Money and fame get into your head.
yeah, you're not wrong. If generosity comes with the price tag, how generous is it really?
Good question.
I always said, you know, if I could meet Whoopi, I would say, Whoopi, maybe you ought to be more like your character Guinan from Star Trek than who you are today. And be a creature of listening. Be a listener. That's what you are. Listen more, talk less. I think people would respect you a lot more, but, you know.
But you know.
You know. It is what it is. It's just sad.
Excuse me, cuz? What the hell you talking about, cuz? Sup, Sky?
Although, I mean, like the first time I ever heard that name, I was like, "What is this? The whoopee cushion?" That is supposedly where her nickname came from.
Yes.
Was the farting,
Stay left.
not the toy, but
Then
the actual
turn
farting.
left.
And I'm like, really? Of all the things to be, you want to name yourself after
Turn
a fart?
left.
Okay. Now I do have to admit, when they used to do their charity event back in the 80s, it was with Billy Crystal, Robin Williams, and Whoopi Goldberg, that shit was comedy gold.
Yeah.
That Whoopi Goldberg I like. That is who I adored. My mom was a huge fan of Sister Act. And I agree, that was a good film. And I did like her as Guinan on Star Trek The Next Generation. But ever since she's been on that damn TV show, The View, I'm like, no. Just no. You are the antithesis of who you actually were.
Yep.
And then to find out that she ended up lying about her heritage, and it was because somebody told her, if you do this, you will get more fame than anything else. Because she's not Jewish.
No, she's not.
And she lied and said that she was, so she could get the career that she has. Nobody's canceled her for that. Wouldn't that be offensive to many people? I would think so. But no. But hey.
I'm alright. Just trucking in the new Western Star.
Alright, Dazzo, here's a question. Who is and this is you only have one, so use it wisely.
Use it wisely.
Who is your favorite action hero?
Action hero, eh?
Now you don't have to justify, why you like this individual or is like the greatest of all time, but I'm just curious. There's no criteria. Doesn't matter what they. No criteria. Just who is your personal favorite action hero. Doesn't have to be a superhero. It could just be a regular action hero.
I got a few. There's no just one. Because when you grew up in a Chinese household, you watch a lot of Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee.
Oh yeah.
Bruce Lee was one of my absolute favorite.
Oh, without a doubt.
Get ready.
Absolute fucking legend. The movies he made, the TV shows he made,
Turn left.
You can watch that shit daily.
Dude, I loved when he was facing off against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the
Yes.
film. Oh my god, that was amazing. The big huge kick to the chest.
Oh man.
Stay
You
right.
don't find those amazing films nowadays.
No, you won't.
The
And even
pure action.
And see,
back in the day. Yeah, sorry.
to be honest, I did not know much about Jackie Chan until the Rush Hour films, to be honest.
Yeah, because he made a lot of Chinese movies before
he did.
switched over to the American side.
And the funny thing is, there was a time when he was very, very popular in the States. Like he was like our Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
It was our generation's Bruce Lee, and I grew up with. I loved watching Bruce Lee as a kid, but Jackie Chan was something extra special. Then you find out, Jackie would use his own people. He would use his own team, like his own people, because he knew how they worked, and he knew that he could get the best out of them. And the fact that he did his own stunts, the dude could do a lot of shit with his body. Like this guy could literally climb up scaffolding. And just like a lion, or not a lion, but like a tiger or a cat can climb a tree. It's like, holy shit, are you kidding me?
If nobody's ever seen Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee, I highly suggest you start watching.
Yeah.
They are absolutely amazing people.
Yeah, they are. They're just such good actors. No.
You don't see.
But Bruce is the OG, though, in my book. Like Bruce is the OG. I don't know how much. I don't think Jackie. Oh man, can you imagine if Bruce Lee had still been alive and a Jackie Chan Bruce Lee film had been a thing? Oh my God, hell yeah. Will they have been friends or enemies? That would have been interesting too, because either side would have been really cool.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, because I learned a lot about Jackie Chan, like how he came from the Kabuki theater as a kid, and he was very disciplined.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was a very disciplined kid, and I mean that is the culture. That's a very disciplined, orderly culture. So I can understand that. But performance was his whole thing. Like his whole thing was performance.
Yeah.
And then as you learned the arts of like the martial arts, and you learned how to make everything work for movies and then for comedy. You know, I mean, one of the greatest lines ever is, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" And then Chris Tucker's response is, "Don't nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth." That's comedy gold.
Right.
And then, you know, he in the other scene, that's just Rush Hour 2. Then he has that one thing. He's like, you know, when he was talking to Tucker, he goes, "I was trying to get your attention. I didn't hear nothing." He's like, "I said, what does mean? Boom." Just stuff like that is hilarious. But honestly, a lot of people thought, like for Rush Hour 1, people thought the outtakes were funnier than the actual film was.
I love the Rush Hour series.
I never saw the third one though.
Oh, you haven't?
Nope. I've only
How
seen.
dare
I've only seen part of 1, and I've seen all of 2 because I have 2. Because 2 was my introduction. I didn't get. I got 2 as a gift, and I'd never seen Rush Hour 1 before. But I love the outtakes in that one because there's one line where that the dude he's like going down that, like almost like ziplining down that cable, and it breaks,
Yes.
and he falls to his death, and he goes, "Damn, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3." Such great. I love that stuff, man. Go check out. Yeah, I think you can find the outtakes on YouTube for sure. Just type in Rush Hour 2 outtakes, and just enjoy the laughter. Just enjoy it, you know, gefilte fish and just awesome stuff. But yeah, what happened to his career? Like he's just no longer around.
Well, he's getting up to that age anyways.
Yeah.
And doing crazy martial arts stunts. That takes a good toll on your body.
Yeah. Even if you are fit, and I'm sorry he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't like overweight, but you could tell that he was not like a Bruce Lee, like just buff.
Yeah.
Jackie was never buff. He was just like this.
He's just an ordinary guy who can do a lot of things that nobody else could.
Yep. He could kick your ass and you would demand for more.
Yeah.
Because it'd be an honor to have your ass kicked by him.
Yeah.
You come out as a pulp, but hey, you know what? So Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, you would say that would be equal on your action hero stuff.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But you technically would have to name them one by one. Obviously, Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan.
Right, but they're so equal in your life, though. It's like you can't really separate the two.
No. Jet Li is my third.
Now, what did you think of Bruce Lee's kid, Brandon Lee, before he passed away?
I don't remember.
Well, he was in The Crow, but that was where he died. I wonder if he had the same potential that his dad did for making amazing films.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But, had you asked me, let's say 20, 30 years ago, who my action hero would, I probably would have said Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? But nope. I have no respect for that guy at all.
I mean, yeah. His good old catchphrase. Yeah, it's absolutely legendary.
No, there's better people than that. I would have also said Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Because I loved WWF when I was a kid.
I did too.
But boy did he just become.
Yeah.
He just it's all fail. But yeah, for an action hero for me, I have no clue. I really do not have one I could say is like my all-time favorite, because honestly, the longer I've lived, the more I've seen what these people have become. I can't separate what they are now to what they were then. You know, Schwarzenegger, especially when he said "screw your freedom," fuck
Yeah.
you. What the hell do you know about freedom, you socialist? You know, like where he came from, he was a socialist. So yeah, of course he doesn't know what freedom is. Yet this country made him. Without these movies that he was in, nobody would care about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All right.
Oh, because he was a major bodybuilder. Big deal.
What's up, Sky?
Guy in the house. But okay, how about female lead? All-time greatest in your opinion?
I don't know. I don't think I ever had a female
Get ready to turn left.
that I was interested.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be action. I mean, it can just be in general.
I would have to think long and hard for that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Turn left.
No, you're all good. Okay, have you ever seen the movie The Gangs of New York?
Yes.
What did you think of that film? Besides it being very long.
That was okay in my opinion. It was alright.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind of reminds me of what New York is today. It's basically gone back to those days. Just without the horse shit in the road.
yeah.
Now it's human shit. But it's weird because because the last time I had seen Daniel Day-Lewis in anything was The Last of the Mohicans, and then to see him as the Butcher, I'm like, that is like two different characters. That's like two different characters, like two different people. That's not the same guy.
All right.
But
Yeah. What about you though? You got any female lead?
Female lead, that's really exploding away. Because there's a lot for me. There would be a lot.
Go straight.
Well, I mentioned Gangs in New York because Cameron Diaz was in that, and I thought that she was brilliant in that film.
Cameron Diaz is a golden. He's a golden child.
Yep.
She's fine as hell, though.
Yeah.
Especially when she was younger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also think I loved Cate Blanchett in the Elizabeth films.
Mhm.
I always thought she did a really great job in that. I would. What else could I put in there? I'm like literally running the inventory in my head of all the female lead in the movies. I would have honestly said Whoopi Goldberg because I did really enjoy her growing up. I always thought she was an amazing actress.
She does amazing.
Stay left.
She did amazing shit. But yeah.
She did, but not no more. What else? Hard. That's these questions. I think it's one thing to actually ask somebody else this, but to respond to it, no.
Yeah.
I can't. My brain just says no. Just file not found. But it's like I think part of it too is because I don't remember the names, but I know what they were in. I just can't remember their names. You know.
I mean, if you don't want to start throwing names.
I'd have to go back.
Elba? Ooh, hell.
Oh, well, her in the Fantastic Four, both films.
She is.
I mean, yep. She was a hottie. She was a hottie.
She still is, to be honest.
Not my cup of tea no more.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I know, I get it. Yeah, I forgot about Jessica.
She's done that, man.
Go straight.
Angelina Jolie. She's
I like. Okay, Jeffrey. Yeah, right. I would also say Angelina was really good. Like, did you ever see the movie The Gone in 60 Seconds remake, the one with Nick Cage? She was good in that, for sure. I did like her in that film.
What the actual fuck?
And then I think she was too Lara Croft. Was it her?
Oh.
Was that Jolie?
I don't remember. I think so.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Uh-oh. Local beat. Locals are gonna be a derp. We're gonna have to do a little magic trick.
Do.
Do. We have to do a little bit of a magic trick.
And then the thing with Jessica Alba is I never thought the Fantastic Four were just, you know, like one lead star and then like three co-stars. It always felt like they were all stars, like they were all individual stars. You know, like Alba was like a leading lady. You know,
It was a dynamite.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
There's some amazing actresses that came out in the 90s, early 2000s. Oh boy.
Well, can we then go back to the classics and say somebody like, oh, I don't know, Carrie Fisher?
Yeah. Carrie Fisher was dynamite. For her
She was
time.
badass, for sure. She was a badass. I mean, you know, she just, you know, she wasn't like the damsel in distress. Like, she would throw down.
Oh yeah.
She would throw down against the Empire. I mean, when I first saw, because I was 2 years old when the first film came out, so I think the first time I ever saw New Hope, or before it was called New Hope, was on CBS back in like 1980, 81. And I was blown away by it. I was like, well, okay, it was like all about the pew-pews and like the ships and all the things and all the explosions and the Darth Vaders and the C3. I was like, oh my god, what is this stuff that I must consume? Now, I saw Return of the Jedi when I was 8 years old by myself in the theater. And that damn Rancor scared the shit out of me. But anyway, but yeah, I would say Carrie Fisher for sure. And
Yeah, there was a lot of amazing
Oh.
people.
I would say Glenn Close would be another one. Just as overall actress, like she was just knew how to command that screen. I mean, just watch Fatal Attraction. That'll shrivel up every man around. I will not be ignored. I did like Glenn Close in Air Force One. If you ever saw that film with Harrison Ford.
Yes, a long time ago.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's another really good actor. The villain in that film. I forget his name. Oh my god. Villain. Air Force.
Well, welcome everybody to another ATS live stream. If you guys are just tuning in, yes, we are driving this beautiful brand new Western Star 5700 XE.
Oh, Gary Oldman. That's who it was. Gary Oldman. That dude was amazing. And then was it Alan Ruck who was the sheriff of Nottingham in the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves?
Possibly. I don't know. I'm bad with names. But you know.
No, Alan Ruck was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off as Cameron. That's who that was. It was Cameron.
But I'm not bad with other things, like Four Seasons hosting.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, check out Four Seasons hosting. You got amazing products, like game servers, web hosting, coding, VPS, and they even offer dedicated servers.
At low prices that you're not going to find anywhere else. And that's no joke. I've priced out servers over the years. Believe me, this is the cheapest I've ever found anywhere.
FourSeasonsHosting.com. Check it out. Sponsored the Dazzo Nation and the Dazzo Nation podcast. And plus, where can you find an amazing game server, even for a FiveM server per se? A game server, not a VPS, a game server for $3 a month. Nowhere. SAP hosting will still charge you an arm and a leg, and per slot. Okay, per slot.
Got a bunch of assholes outside making a bunch of fucking noise. Outside my... Oh.
Four Seasons Hosting doesn't do that anymore. Four Seasons Hosting is per month for $3 at the minimum. You can add on memories, RAMs, etc. for an additional fee. But for a bare bones $3 a month in US, you can get a quality, amazing server with amazing speed and a very, very trusty ownership in Richard and his teams over at Four Seasons Hosting. Go check it out. And there is no bullshit policy, so you can guarantee to get amazing products over at Four Seasons Hosting.
Stay right.
But indeed, big shout outs to Four Seasons Hosting and Richard and his team over bringing amazing product, amazing service to people everywhere.
Go straight.
Oh, you stupid son of a bitch! Oh, that did not shit my pants. I did. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Damn! That was freaking close. Holy moly. That was literally a split second decision there. Whew.
So I got a question. Do you know anybody who are the type of assholes that sit outside of a freaking doorway and just become so loud and distracting that you can't even hear yourself think? Because that's what's going on with me right now. There's a bunch of fuckers outside sitting there fucking being louder than shit, being a bunch of cunts, won't take their conversation down a little bit, and it's literally picking up through my recording. Yep. Yep. Yep, I can hear you out here, fuckers. I can hear you. Be loud, why don't you cunts? Can you hear that shit?
No.
Can you hear it? Okay, because it's just, I've got noise canceling headphones and I can still hear that shit outside.
Oh, that's
That's how loud they are.
Are they drunk?
I don't fucking know, but it's I mean, this is a goddamn, what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
How the fuck are people this loud on a fucking Wednesday?
Yeah, it's Texans.
They're not Texans. I don't think they're Texans. Texans are way cooler than this.
Maybe New Yorkers. Or maybe Cali boys.
That I wouldn't doubt. That I would not doubt. That I don't doubt.
Who knows? I'm just saying. Anyways. But yeah, check out Four Seasons Hosting, man.
Yep. Go do it. You'll be glad you did. And
Save
hey,
money.
well, wait, hold on. We can't forget something else that they offer.
Oh no, what am I missing?
Really amazing support.
Oh, definitely. They're one of the best support teams. Especially Richard Dior. Very cool
Go
man.
straight.
Maybe we should have Richard on the podcast.
Oh, maybe. I have to talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, ask him, like, you know, what was it that he saw in the market that said, you know what, I gotta shake things up a bit in the server world.
It would be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Did Steam have another update? I don't know. I know Rockstar had another update. Where everybody's fucking pants off.
I just literally want to scream right now, shut up! You have no idea how much this is, like, really starting to piss me off.
Oh, the cups. Oh, wait. Cover on the door numbers. Oh.
I don't know. This is actually what you call disturbing the peace.
Yes.
I can't
Voice
fucking...
skills.
I know, it's so fucking annoying. I'm usually not this pissy, but dude, when you're right outside my fucking door and I can hear you because these doors are fucking not insulated properly, yeah, it's fucking annoying. That's why I can't record right now, because of assholes like that.
Yeah.
So, sorry folks if there's a lot of ranting tonight, but this is what happens when you don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You just get, everything is just grates on you. You know?
Yeah.
Damn, I must be sick all the time then.
Oh, no.
Everything grates on me.
Stay right. And then continue straight. Go straight.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it.
Rerouting.
And by the way, this was even happening when I was sleeping.
Oh,
This,
wow.
these are people that are just now staying here, and they're this fucking obnoxious.
Oh,
And they
wow.
like, this place doesn't get people, like, this place really does not get a ton of traffic, and when they do, it's usually pretty normal.
Mhm.
This is fucking annoying.
Mhm.
Like, this is what you hear in, like, you know, the city, you know, like downtown area, in like bad areas. Like, this is the
Yeah.
kind of in the bad areas. It's like, dude, I don't fucking need that in my life. Like, they don't seem to realize that their fucking voices travel right into this place. Like, I try my hardest to keep my voice down because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be a distraction. But goddamn, when you're out there saying, "Hey, how you doing? Huh? How you doing?" Yeah, I can fucking hear you.
Yeah.
Care? We don't fucking care at all. We don't want to respect anybody else's privacy. Nope, we don't. God, it's fucking annoying. Anyway, sorry folks, I'm just really starting to get pissed. I'm like getting to the point of Sheriff yelling at Jeffrey. That's where my anger level is right now, is literally that. Like when the sheriff was being pushed out of the hospital on a wheelchair and the wheelchair got away from everybody.
Oh, no.
And they started screaming at Jeffrey saying this is your fault. Yeah. Or when he's going off on the rookies.
Those are some
Stay
amazing
left. And
times.
then turn left.
Yep. I'll be honest, I haven't really watched SLRP in quite some time, probably about a month. Just really haven't
Turn left.
really done that. So, not that it's not good content, it's just I haven't really spent time watching. In fact, I haven't been watching a lot of live streams lately, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I really haven't. I don't know. But, you know.
Oh, come on. Why can't we go back? Yeah, that is a sexy 5700X E. Really, really pretty. Trying to catch up on Discord here. Well, at least I want to get the chance to anyways. Make sure everything's all kosher. Because just because you are supportly doesn't mean you can catch a break. Even when you're streaming. But I'll let my job though.
Alright, so I'm doing a little bit of a little research here.
Oh, what you researching, boy?
Well, and maybe
Stay right.
you could
Then turn right.
confirm this.
Oh?
Turn right.
What you researching there, boy?
What are the most expensive microphones out there?
Oh.
This is just top 8, okay? So here we go. We're going to start with the 8 Neumann KU100. It's in black. And it's called the Dummy Head. It's the KU100 Dummy Head from Neumann. Is a binaural stereo microphone. It is designed to look like a human head and has 2 microphone capsules built directly into its ears for a stunning 3D recording. It gives the impression of being right back at the scene of the acoustic events when listened to through high-quality headphones. This mic is mostly used in filmmaking. The Neumann KU100 does not look like a traditional microphone due to the dummy head. Oh yeah, they're not wrong. It's like one of those doll modeling, like those wooden doll models that sculptors use for their clay figures. That's what this looks like. Actually, like a crash test dummy head.
Left.
Let's see here. But 2 stereo microphone capsules are embedded into the ears, providing listeners authentic experience. In addition, these microphones are used in the industrial testing to simulate human hearing. It's too expensive for a microphone, right? Or it's too expensive for a microphone, but it's totally worth it. Watch the video below. Okay. Next. The 7 ELAM250. $11,000. This is US money, by the way. This is made by a company called Telefunken.
Telefunken? What?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, Telefunken.
Telefunken. Okay.
Yeah. It's one of the most iconic microphones ever produced. In the vintage market, Prime, the example, the ELA M250 and 251, both E and non-E, commands tens of thousands of dollars. The Telefunken Electroacoustics historic relations of the... I have no idea what this shit is. But apparently these have been around for a very long time. Over 50 years. Oh yeah, this is probably what you would have saw like probably in the 60s. Potentially. Classic large diaphragm tube microphone. Well, there's where the cost is right there. It's a tube. It is distinguished by its smooth yet present and open sonic character, with its extended focus on low end, detailed mid-range response, and silky top end. The ELAM 251E is ideal for vocals and acoustic instruments. It's one of the most expensive microphones in the world for a reason. So how much do you know about like specs and things like that? Like, are you pretty competent with the specs?
Somewhat.
So this has a frequency response as low as 20 hertz and as high as 20 kilohertz. That's pretty dynamic considering. It's got the polar response is cardioid and omnidirectional. The sensitivity is 17 mVPA, which I forget. I forget what that. And the SPL or sound pressure level is 130 decibels. That's maximum. That's a condenser mic, I bet. Let me see. Yeah, that's got to be condenser. There's no way with those kind of responses it's going to be dynamic. But now we're getting to the Sony brand. The 6 Sony C800G is $12,000. Now, remember, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because we've talked about the SM7B as being a very expensive microphone. I'm like, dude, there's way more expensive microphones in the industry.
Well,
and
obviously.
I'm reading just 8 of them. This one has... this uses the 6AU6 vacuum tube. So if those that don't know, vacuum tubes are what are in traditional tube amplifiers. It's a glass tube that's been around since forever, and it's what powered a lot of our, electronic gear for decades. I mean, up until the transistor was invented, we were using vacuum tubes, and I can understand why this is expensive, because when you start using this, it's a very delicate microphone. So don't drop them. The fact that it's going to give you such a warm response, the traditional microphones are like $100. You're never going to get anywhere near the quality, without just EQing the hell out of it. Like my pod mic, I think I paid $100 for this one. Okay, I've never spent more than $110 on a microphone ever. Right. So, why you have to EQ the hell out of these. Now, this is not a this microphone in particular is a dynamic mic. And the only reason why I went that route, because I normally like condenser for vocal, is because you have to have a very quiet room, because it'll literally pick up every sound in the room. Mm-hmm. The SB, which is what Jeffrey's using, that is a dynamic mic, which means he doesn't have to have a very controlled environment. But it also has really good response, and he's got a very bassy voice naturally. Jeffrey's got a very low baritone voice range. So it really enhances that through the microphone like that. But can you imagine this? It's impressive. Okay, so the Bronner VMS1 is a 12,500 microphone. That's another Telefunken.
What?
Telefunkens are like the most. Okay, here we go. The most expensive microphone out there. Okay, get ready for this one. It's by Neumann. It is the M49B, and it's the valve microphone. It's known to be one of the first condenser studio microphones that has a switchable remote pickup pattern with a constant sensitivity. This microphone's pickup pattern can easily be adjusted remotely via power supply dial. I don't know why that's a thing. The Neumann M49 is the most expensive microphone in the world, and it's known for its uses on Miles Davis, Barbra Streisand, Duke Ellington, and Simon and Garfunkel. But it has also appeared on countless other classics. So actually, they shouldn't be saying the artist. I would say I would have rephrased it and said it's best known for use with these particular artists. The mic has a rich sound. So I'm guessing the reason why they're also so expensive is because of the tech that's in them. A lot of this is probably handmade, not machine made, like point-to-point wiring. And but yeah, this is why stuff like this is nice to have. But I guarantee people like us who just create content, we would never benefit from one of these. I'd be too afraid of it getting ripped off or breaking it.
Well, those are technically made for studios and whatnot.
Oh yeah, recording studios use these things. Nora Jones.
You would not be spending $2, $3, $4, $5, $6,000 on a if you're a content creator. Come on now.
Yep. Although,
I'm not running on fucking money. Then
Aretha,
sure, go for it.
Aretha Franklin said this is one of her favorite microphones to sing in. And I mean, listen to her music, you can see why it was so good. You know?
Unless you have stacks of money every fucking day.
Well, most
spend it
of these
all,
studios stacks of money.
then I'm sorry, you don't need to spend $3, $4, $5, $6,000 on fucking that high of
Put it this way.
equipment.
I would say this: if you're going to spend $6,000, spread it out in your studio. You want to know, and the one area that people do not put money into, and they should, cabling. Cabling is so, like, people don't realize that the cable itself, let's say an XLR cable, there are really bad ones, and there are really good ones. And it's not just about the cost, but it's the construction. One of my favorite brands is Mogami. Why? Because they're built rugged. They don't break easy. They don't, like, if you bend them the wrong way, they don't actually, like, the wires inside don't snap apart like some of the cheaper ones do. And, you know, I know some people will argue, well, it's all about, you know, what you hear. But there is a difference between hearing really good recordings and really bad recordings. And we've got a history of that. We can tell what sounds good. And when you look at microphones,
Finding new route.
don't forget to look at your cabling. Your cabling will make a difference. Now, some argue, what about the... Because some people say that using the gold,
Recomputed.
like the gold plated ones, the ends. The only reason why gold is good is because it doesn't tarnish. Like the silver ones do. Like they if they get weathered, they don't lose I forget what I was told. I was told this by a recording engineer. But there's a reason why gold plated actually does work better. Is because it doesn't tarnish. It doesn't corrode. But again, you pay for that. You know, I've paid $25 for a Mogami cable, and it was only like, I think, like less than 10 feet long. And it was for my speakers. That was for my my monitors that I use for recording. They're mid-range. They don't have the 3-ways, but that's what I was always doing. And you know, from people who have experience in studios, there's a reason why you learn this stuff, because you're around it so much. You know, Dazzo, I'm sure you've gone through thousands of cables in your lifetime, just changing stuff out. You know, and you'll know quality versus non-quality.
Yeah.
Because I don't think your studio uses shitty microphones.
And there are some.
You weren't supposed to say that, asshole. Just kidding.
I'm speaking the truth.
I know. But, you know, you go to a studio and you expect to have good equipment.
Somewhat.
Well, you go to recording studios, like proper studios, like a Capitol Records. You go to those, you go to any of these studios. You're going to walk into good equipment. Most times. Because there's a quality that's there.
Now, here's the thing. There's quality, and then there's quantity.
Get ready to turn
Oh, yeah.
right.
Quantity is going to be the worst. In my book.
I'm sorry to say this, but my workplace has quantity.
Turn
That's
right.
not quality.
Well, usually they'll get deals on bulk purchasing.
No. I'm gonna tell you because it's real, and I'm not gonna hide it because I work at this company. But we have a lot of crap that's really effing outdated. And
But doesn't still work and doesn't still sound good.
yeah.
Because remember, there's like, you know, if you go into studios and you have these old, like these old companies.
Get ready
We
to
have
turn
fucking
right.
microphones from way back in the early 2000s and late 90s.
No, if you would have said the 50s, I would have been impressed by that. The 2000s, no, because that's too modern. If this was like 50 years ago, yeah. But 20 years...
The only thing that's fucking technically new, if you want to go that way, or more modern, is the actual fucking boards that we fucking use. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but there's...
I'm not a fucking hot shit.
No, but I mean, consoles are different though because they're more expensive than your typical microphone.
Damn, fuck.
Go straight.
I've seen fucking newer fucking studios, newer places, newer fucking radio station that has way more of a high-tech shit than we fucking do.
Yeah, but so fucking what? You can have all the high-tech shit in the world, but that means you're paying more for the education to learn the shit. I'd rather use an old fucking analog console because that shit's just, you just fucking dial it in and you're good to go. You don't have to push a bunch of fucking buttons. You're literally not working on computer screens. You're literally not dicking around with a bunch of stupid touch screens.
No.
You dial a knob, turn a fader up, and there you go. You're ready to go and ready to work.
I love that. We had a beautiful, we had 4, I think we had 4 absolutely gems of the boards, the old boards that we used to have, and it was analog. So good. I miss those boards.
How many checks?
I think those I don't remember.
Were they 16 or 24s or bigger?
I think there were 16 channels. I can't remember. It was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find the old photos, and I'll share it with y'all in the description.
Yeah.
Those were beautiful. I loved the analog shit.
I'm an audiophile, so anything like that that's vintage is always going to be a win for me. I would much rather go back to like tape 2-inch tape recording, 24 track that way, than the modern fucking, you know, even the shit I'm using. I'd rather use a proper analog recording system than the traditional or the new modern digital recording. You know, anybody who uses analog is a hero in my book. You record an analog because it sounds so much better, in my opinion.
You're not wrong.
It's scientifically proven. We hear in analog signal. We do not hear in digital.
You are not wrong.
I think digital, and I hate saying this, but I think digital has made lazy engineers.
You are not wrong there, bud.
It's made lazy, and I'm gonna say this. This might piss off a lot of engineers out there, but it's made you more incompetent.
Oh, you're not wrong there, bud.
Because when you comped, okay, so comping is where you're taking like bits and pieces of a song and then gluing it together. Okay, that's what you do. That's what we do. That's the cut and paste shit that you do modernly. In the old days, you used tape, and you would cut the tape and then glue it or splice it together. Now, yes, it wasn't as efficient as copy, move, and paste. However, the quality was there. The quality was there, it sounded good, and it's what we're all used to. Yes, I blame Avid for inventing digital DAW, like the digital audio workstation or a DAW. They were the first. That's where Pro Tools is Avid's product. They were the first in, like, I think 1984. Okay, so they've been around for a while. And that's why everybody went to them, is because now we can make our work a lot easier, our workflow a lot easier. But it was a whole new way of training, which meant you had to go back to school and learn how to use this shit. And look, I'm guilty of using a digital workstation, but I don't have the, you know, $10, $20, $50,000 to buy a 24-track recording station, a 48-channel mixing desk or console. I don't have the room for, like, you know, LA2A, you know, or which are, I think that's a compressor. I don't have the money for that stuff. That's just expensive. But there is something to be said about analog recording. Again, I go back to the warning. Their last album was recorded all analog. Direct analog. It was not digital. That is impressive. That is really, really impressive. And people forget that there's a reason why analog works. You know, it may not be the most perfect sound, But since when do humans hear in perfect pitch or perfect sound? So, but yes, it has made lazy and incompetent recording engineers because
you're not wrong there, bud.
the skill sets have been dropped considerably. Yes, it's easier. Don't get me wrong; it's quicker, and you can get production out. You can get your product out quicker. But there was something of a science to the process. You know, you track record, you mix, you master, and you produce. And when you start to shortcut because of digital technology, I think that stuff gets it doesn't feel as authentic anymore. It's a very cold environment in the digital world. This music sounds warmer when it's recorded the traditional way. And there's a lot of studios that are going back to those old methods because they realize that, yeah, we've produced about 30 years worth of shit music because we wanted the digital technology, we wanted, you know, like all the flashy stuff, but no. People could tell that it wasn't as good.
Let's face it, nothing is good nowadays compared to what you guys hear back from the early 2000s.
Oh, I go back further.
90s, 80s, and 70s.
I would go back further than that. I would say we've improved in quality because the technology's gotten better. But I would say the stuff from the 50s and 60s sounds a lot better than anything modern today. It may not sonically sound like huge, but there is a quality that you can't deny is there. Can you imagine, just for a second, if the Beatles had recorded their stuff today? If they had been around in the 2000s or the second half of the century, do you think they would have sounded as good? I don't believe so. I don't think the Doors would have sounded as good. I don't think the Temptations would have sounded as good. I just don't. There was something very special about what they had at the time. You know, the Beatles recorded literally on 4 tracks. That's all it was, 4-track recording. Bass, drums, guitars, and vocals. That's it. 4 tracks and everything had to be bounced to basically 1 track. Everything was recorded. And this is why you got a lot of the one set of musicians was in one ear and everything else in the other ear. That's why that was like that. It's very surreal to hear that. But that's how it was done. And look, I am no studio engineer expert, but I know what sounds good to my ears, and I know sound is very subjective, and I know gear is subjective. One brand over another, I get that. It's like, are you a Ford or are you a Chevy? You know, are you SSL or are you Neve? You know, I think honestly, if it makes it sound good, analog-wise, then I think it's a winner. I would love to go back to. I wish I could find some photographs of old studios from the 60s and 70s, and see what they used. What was their gear? I mean, TIAC was always popular. Tascam was popular for truck recording. Consoles, I don't know a lot of the brand names that were consoles, like what they used. But I know Rupert Neve had been out forever. Like he made some fucking amazing stuff.
If I remember correctly, another one is McCurdy. McCurdy has really good ones, if I remember correctly.
I haven't heard of that brand. I probably have heard it on recording, so I'm sure.
There's a bunch of ones back in the days. But now that we're in a digital world,
yep,
we have Wheatstone as one of the major players. Don't get me wrong, I got into Wheatstone the last year, and then look into some stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, but analog was my favorite when I first started. I learned a lot of the things that I fucking know now. That was awesome.
Go straight.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
No, check this out. I'm looking at a company that was called Quad 8 Electronics out of North Hollywood, California. This was the the 2082 console that they used back in 70.
Game crash. Interesting. Derp. Game crash.
The other thing about consoles is that one thing I learned, and this I actually learned from an engineer, you start with gain and work down to fade. That's literally how you, and that's, everything is duplicated across all the channels. And that was how I learned how to track record. Was your gain is your main input.
Yes.
Then you go to EQ. You dial it in that way. You can go into your sends and things like that if you're I think that's your sends, where you're getting data from like an external device, like a compressor or reverb or something like that. You have your effects channel, which is typically your reverbs, your choruses, your delays, your flange, and all that stuff. Then you get down to I think you get down to panning, and then panning is left and right, and then you get down to your fader. And your fader is just your overall level that you can control once you get everything dialed in. And you just rinse and repeat all the way across. Where I think people get hung up is when you're doing subgroups, or where you're basically combining a bunch of channels together and then sending that to one fader. So like drums, for example, you'll mix drums individually, right? You'll mix those. You do your gains, your gain, your EQ, like a snare drum, a bass drum, a tom, a cymbal, whatever, overheads. And then you take that group and you basically send it to one fader, which essentially lets you control the overall of all of them. And you can go back and rebalance them, but you can also just do that. And you do it for all your instruments. And then you have the overall sound of what everything sounds like together. And yes, you could do that digitally, but there was something about, I think part of it too is the physical contact of these actual devices. It was nice to actually touch the faders. It was nice to touch the knobs because there was something about the tactile. You can sort of do it now because we have interfaces that allow you to do this, like with MIDI, but it's a lot different, I think. And again, I'm just a picky shit. I mean, I love old school gear. I've wanted to buy one, but couldn't afford it. Could not afford it. But I love gear. I love gear. And here's another thing too. The gear will sound as it ages, because it's all analog, like as transistors and wiring ages, for whatever reason, it really makes everything sound better. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's an anomaly where sometimes it'll just make it sound amazing the older it gets.
Alright, let's try this again. I don't know why the fuck it crashed, but...
Because purple.
Purple?
I'm looking at a Yamaha right now. This is a EM2000 mixer. It's got 5-position, 4-band EQ, 6 independent sends on all 32 inputs. 24 channels are also available, plus a full function 14x8 matrix. Ooh, that's nice. That's amazing. I'm just like looking at all the buttons and the knobs. I'm like, God, this is amazing stuff.
Man, it sure is quiet tonight.
Yep. And nobody else is streaming, I noticed.
Damn it, you too.
The legendary Led Zeppelin recording console is up for sale. Wow.
I still blame the YouTube notifications for this. But anyways. Oh. I thought I'd crash again. I like the little leg spike there. I'm gonna have to look into that crash log and see why it crashed. It's only 9 o'clock? For fuck's sake. Holy shit. I thought it was like honestly fucking 10:30 right now. Wow.
Must feel like it.
Oh, yeah. It's feeling like that shit today. Holy crap. I mean, yeah, I know it's technically started at what, 6:30-ish or 6:40.
Go straight.
Country boy Caleb says your mic sounds weird. Does it sound weird?
Who is mine? Who is mine?
Because okay, this game is crashing now. I don't know why it's doing this shit.
Probably time for a refresh, maybe.
Let me look this up. This is gonna get me pissed off.
So I don't know if you've ever heard of this brand name, but it's called the Helios-centric Helios console. This is what
crashing?
This is what was used to record Stairway to Heaven and a lot of Led Zeppelin stuff, but a bunch of other stuff too. So they're making a comparison between this one and then one that just sold. It's the TG 12345 Mark IV, which is another console, and which that was one that recorded Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd. That one sold for $1.8 million. They were thinking that this console that was used to record Stairway to Heaven, David Bowie and Bob Marley and Stones and all that stuff, it might actually eclipse that. Who is the person with that kind of money, and what the hell would you do with it? I mean, this is a monster. Like, this takes up a huge amount of room.
Oh, okay. Caleb. Apparently it's you.
Me? I don't know what he's hearing because I'm talking right into the microphone.
Yeah, he sounds fine to me on my end. I don't know why this is crashing now. For fuck's sake. Oh, this game is gonna piss me off. You know what? Fuck it.
Your microphone has failed, boy. You need to fix it.
Yeah, I don't know what was causing it, to be honest.
What do you mean the other one? Caleb?
Yeah, we need, like, specifics.
Yeah, you got me confused now.
Yeah.
It's either my mic or it's Skittles' mic.
And I'm not sure how it's my mic because I have nothing complex with my mic. Unless I was, like, talking offside of it. That might have been what he's talking about. I don't know. I wasn't... Part of it, I wasn't directly in front of it.
I'm gonna go play some PGA Tour. Okay. Fuck. Update. What? Wait, what? What?
Oh, so the heliocentric consoles are from the UK. They were a British console.
So it's my mic. Caleb. There's only 2 people in here. So, well then. Apparently got a 7 gigabyte of update that PGA Tour got. He got an update on the fuck.
Man, it was so nice when these people were not talking and now they're back outside again yapping. Really, people? You gotta talk that loud outside of my door? Really? God.
Alright, guys. Well, I'm done for today. I'm tired of the pissy crap. Well, I don't know why it's crashing. And, yeah. Sorry, guys. I don't want to end it on a sour note, but I'm tired. And honestly, streaming for almost close to 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream. Smash the like button if you guys do. Thank you to everybody for tuning into the stream. I appreciate everybody for the support. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another one. And yeah, we'll see what we're gonna play tomorrow on the live stream. Until tomorrow, guys, have yourself a good one. Thank you to Four Seasons Hosting for sponsoring the Dazzo Nation channel and the Dazzo Nation podcast. And on behalf of my moderator team and Mr. Skittles here, have yourself a good night. Keep striving no matter what you guys do in life. Stay out of trouble. And we will see you guys back here tomorrow for another one. Good night, boys and girls.